G'day guys, my name is Wildcard, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching my stupid content, I really do appreciate it. Special thanks to the guys who pay their hard-earned money to support me. If you wanted to buy me a coffee, hit the join button down below. It's a tough time these days, so I really do appreciate your support. Ireland versus Scotland, round 5 Six Nations. This is the final round, and Ireland still has a chance to win the Six Nations Championship, but it's up to England to do it for Ireland against France. So yeah, this game, Ireland against Scotland. If Ireland win, and then, let's have a look. If Ireland win, and if England beats France in France, which is really difficult, Ireland could still win the Six Nations Championship. They don't need a bonus point. They've done really well with bonus points, scoring 4 out of this, especially good for Irish side. So they just have to win and hope that England can somehow draw or beat France. Even a draw would see Ireland go ahead and win the Six Nations. Also, if Ireland beats Scotland, they will be the triple crown winners, as they have defeated every other, British / Irish team in the championship. So yeah, plenty to win for the Irish side, and Scotland is it just happens to be the on the receiving end of the Irish wrath here. So some news going into this game. Ireland has a couple of injuries. James Ryan and Ryan Baird out due to injuries. James Ryan, probably the biggest one for Ireland. The concussion, the red card against England, as we saw him getting concussed on the field. He is not going to be available to play due to concussion protocols. I think Ryan Baird has a shoulder injury, so he's out, and Ireland has made some adjustments as a result. For Scotland, the biggest loss for the team is Duhan van der Merwe is out due to a red card he received in club rugby 2 weeks ago. So he was banned for 3 weeks. He tried to appeal the ban, failed. It's a really bit tough for the red card that he received. Essentially, a player came in to try to tackle him. He tried to fend the player, and his fend accidentally put his forearm onto the player's face for the fend. Pretty, this sort of stuff happens quite a lot in rugby, but nowadays the World Rugby really hammers down on any contact on head on a player. So he had a red card for that game in his club performance, and as a result, he's banned 3 matches and he's not able to play this match. Ireland already made the change last week, but I shall see that he's still not available this week for the same reason. So the biggest bombshell come out of Scotland side as well is that Finn Russell gets dropped to the bench. This is I thought this is a mistake. There has been a lot of talk about Finn Russell not putting in the effort to, I thought that's just absolute bullshit from the media. Some of the stuff that, you look at the video where he was being lazy isn't exactly him being lazy. It's because he's in offside position. If he runs through the attacking line, the French attacking line, he would have been yellow carded. Dupont will see him running through, will throw the ball at him, yellow card. It's not really the media has made it sound like he's being lazy. He wasn't he wasn't setting a good example for the team. But in reality, there's a lot more to do. There's a lot more going on the field than him just not running straight back into the defensive line. I thought it was a bit of bullshit from the media. But anyway, Blair Kinghorn gets the start against Ireland. I thought this was a huge mistake because I thought Finn Russell is the big difference. If Scotland wants to win this game, Finn Russell's kicking game is desperately needed to beat Ireland. And we should go through the lineup in a minute, and we'll have a look at how things match up. Perfect day on Saturday, sunny, 13 degrees in Ireland, about as good as you get. Perfect conditions for rugby. Beautiful day out for a rugby match, and to see Ireland potentially win the championship. So, what can I say? As good as you get, 13 degrees, dry. So, let's have a look at the lineup, right? First up in the forwards, Ireland has made one unchanged front rowers from the last game against England. Cian Healy stays number 1. Dan Shingham comes in at number 2. Ty Furlong, number 3. They're up against Pierre Shulman, George Turner, and Xander Ferguson from the Scottish side. So the biggest matchup here in the front row is tight head position. Xander Ferguson has been improving quite a lot, but his discipline is still a bit of an issue in the breakdown. And Ty Furlong had a really tough game last week against England. He got penalised quite a lot in the scrummaging. There will be a lot of scrum sessions throughout the week looking at some of the issues that occurred over the England game, I'm sure. But this is a huge matchup. Whichever tight head will be able to manage, who can manage their discipline, will bring a huge advantage to the team. In the locking positions, Ty Burns comes in number 4 for Scotland, for Ireland. Ian Henderson comes up from the bench for the injured James Ryan at number 5. Ian Henderson, I've highlighted him here. Again, coming off the bench last week, gave away quite a few unnecessary penalties, just like unprofessional penalties, in fact. So should probably tidy that up a bit this game. Johnny Gray, the big return for the Scottish side. He had a bit of injury, but he's back now for the number 4 position. Scotland desperately needed him in the breakdowns as well. He's such a huge worker for the Scottish side. Grant Gilchrist retained his spot at number 5 for the Scottish team. On the loose head position, the Irish side made a few changes. Keelan Doris comes back up for the what's his name? For the veteran, what was his name? Peter Romani for number 6 spot. Josh Van der Fleer stays number 7. Jack Conan moves off the bench as well at number 8 for the Irish side. The Scottish side, Roy Darge gets called up to number 6 position. Hamish Watson, number 7, and Matt Ferguson stays at number 8. So the biggest challenge for the Scottish side here is the breakdown speed. If the Scottish side can slow down the breakdown speed for the Irish team, this will be a huge win for the Scottish team. This is absolutely critical in the breakdowns for the Irish side to have breakdown speed. And this is one of the key areas that Scotland needs to match up and try to slow that breakdown speed down for the Irish against the Irish side, and try to disrupt that flowing attacking rugby the Irish team likes to play. So that's a big area here. Now the back line, a few changes for the Scottish side, almost unchanged for the Irish side with the Mac Hansen comes in number 14, but let's have a go through. Jameson Gibson Park stays number 9. Johnny Sexton once again gets a number 10 jersey. It shows how important this game is to Ireland. They put Johnny Sexton up. I thought this could be a game that Joey Carberry could potentially manage this one for a more experience, but it shows how important Irish team sees this game. Johnny Sexton at number 10. Sexton has managed the game quite well against England towards the end to close out the game with bonus point win. Throughout the game, Johnny Sexton was neutralized quite a bit. England's rush defense was able to shut him down a lot. So something that Ireland potentially have to work a little bit, maybe having him stepping a little bit further back as a receiver. He was getting shut down quite a lot by the English defense in their rush defense. So something that definitely showed a bit of weakness there for Johnny Sexton last week. James Lowe stays at number 11. Number 12, Bundy Yaki unchanged. Gary Ringrose combo for the Irish side and centres. Mac Hansen gets caught in to number 14. It was very surprising that he wasn't in the team against England. He gets caught in back into the Irish side at number 14. He has a tremendous start for the Irish team of the season. Hugo Kinnan there, number 15. Again, last week against England, he was exposed as a huge, I guess not huge, as a bit of a weakness under the high ball. So something that I thought Scotland could exploit this game if they want to, if they want to beat Ireland. That's something that they need to exploit. So fast line speed pressure on Johnny Sexton worked quite well against him last week from England, and high balls to Hugo Kinnan is something as well worked really well against Ireland last week. So the Scottish team, some of the changes, keep those two facts in mind. Some of the changes the Scottish team made doesn't seem like they are trying to target these two areas. in particular the high ball that again towards Hugo Kinnan. So let's have a look at the Scottish team. Ali Price stays at number 9. Blair Kinghorn gets called up to number 10. Last time he played number 10 was against Tonga last year. And we know Tonga last year was literally like a semi-professional team. They had like players that was literally semi-professional playing. So yeah, against Johnny Sexton, I don't know how this is gonna. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know why they did this. I think this is a bit of a mistake here. Kyle Stein gets caught in for the fellow South African Van der Merwe, number 11. Sam Johnson gets number 12 jersey. Chris Harris stays number 13. Darcy Graham stays number 14. And Stuart Hogg stays number 15. So Scottish side actually has a really strong kicking game. They really likes to kick from Stuart Hogg, has a spectacular kicking game. And then Finn Russell also has exceptionally good kicking game. And Finn Russell in particular has that ability to make really spontaneous decisions, to exploit weaknesses in your defense with his kicking. And something that he was not really able to do a lot is, linking that kicking with pressure from Van der Merwe. Something that Van der Merwe, I thought, hasn't done as good as he should. Like in some games, when he did do well, Scotland, like the game against England, where he did pressure England well, following up the kicks from Finn Russell, they beat England. But in the following games, Van der Merwe wasn't able to follow that up with the same pressure that he applied to England following Finn Russell's kicks. So, with Finn Russell out of picture, that whole kicking, I guess, strategy is very limited now for the Scottish side. So I don't know. I'm not really agreeing with this decision. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I think this is a huge mistake. And yeah. And then Kyle Stein, he's been quite well, performing quite well with the limited opportunities he was given against for Scottish side. Really good try scorer. How good he is under the high ball, we're not too sure. Whether he is as good as Van der Merwe under the high ball, we're not too sure. But then again, this combination is not really a high ball combination. It's just, yeah. Let me know your thoughts. I really struggle to understand this change, especially last week. The high balls, the kicking game has really shown some weakness in the Irish side. I thought the Scottish team would try to exploit that this week. But yeah, it doesn't look like they're setting it up to do that with Finn Russell on the bench here. So on the bench, let's quickly go through. Rob Heron, 16. Dave Calcone, number 17 for Ireland. Finlay Bellum comes in at number 18 for Irish side. Unchanged front rowers. Some changes for the Scottish team. Fraser Brown comes in number 16. Alan Dell, number 17. Willem Nell, number 18. Sam Skinner stays at number 19 position. Kieran Treadwell comes in for 19 for the Irish side for the injury replacement for what is his name? James Ryan. Peter Romani moves down to the bench to the number 20 jersey. Josh Bayliss comes in for the Scottish side, number 20. Connor Murray, number 21 for the Irish side. Once again, Ben White, number 21 for the Scottish team. Joey Carberry, the reserve for Johnny Sexton, number 22. He only had literally less than 5 minutes against England. After Ireland scored 4 tries, they finally put him on. Ireland was way out of reach for England before they actually put Joey Carberry on. It really showed a lack of confidence in Joey from Andy Farrell, to be honest. But yeah, Joey Carberry on the bench. I wonder if he's going to get a bit more time this week. Finn Russell, number 22. Again, I wonder when he's going to get put onto the field. Is he going to come on early in the first half? Or is he going to come on late in the second half? We don't know. We have to wait and see. I'm surprised to see him on the bench. Robbie Henshaw, number 23. And Mark Bennett gets called into the squad at number 23 for Scotland. Let me know your thoughts about this game. This looks like... yeah, I'm a little bit confused by some of the changes on the Scottish team. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I really do appreciate you watching this, and I'll see you guys a bit later. Cheers.